Very, very few commentators, when they talk about these issues and talk about these costs, of course, bring in business. And we have made so many sections of heavy engineering, of refining, of aluminium production. We've made so many of our manufacturing companies simply close down and relocate that I'm absolutely with you. We mustn't forget business. But I don't think it's being anti the green agenda to say we shouldn't have, after decades of work, we shouldn't have to go on subsidising these things.
Now, that's a very good point. I do question whether we need to subsidise wind farms now to the way that we did in the past, number one. I do think that there's a case for putting a few more things on general taxation. And I do think that there's a case for bringing into play more private money when one is talking about building new generators and smaller generators and so on. And if I was in government, I mean, we all say this, don't we? If I was in government, what government needs to do is just stand back for a moment and have a think through what it is doing, what is the best way of doing it, how to finance things, what is reasonable for individuals and for business to pay, and indeed, should we actually just take a rain check on some of these levies for a period of 1 or 2 years? Because I don't think, whilst it's absolutely right to let's go and look at that green levy piece, but also on the bill now is paying for failed suppliers. Now, that's up at 60, 70, 80 pounds already. And there's a whole piece in there about networks, because, of course, you've got to get your gas and your electricity to us and to business. But a lot of that sits around the fact that we have to move the transmission in order to connect the new wind farms in. There is something there that is more holistic. I think government needs to think about it. And I also think they need to be brave. It may well be that they come back, with a plan which says, yes, Nigel Farage, you're earning a decent amount of money as a presenter. You are going to have to pay more for your energy bill. But those people down the road who are really up to the wire, we're actually going to give them much more help. So there's a mixture of things here. But just carrying on, adding stuff on the bill, which we all pay, is regressive. And as you rightly point out, it's now a very real problem. And it is just part of this piece called energy, where the thinking needs to be done again. It's not in the right place at all.